Guys, it's Troy with DIY Home and Auto. I wanted to give you a quick update on Midnight Maroon, where we stand with it. So we're working a little bit on the interior. We're getting ready to make our first start attempt, so those things will be coming up here real quick. But I wanted to give you kind of a state of the union on where we're at with this. I know it's been a minute, and I apologize for that. Just, life's crazy, you know? So anyway, I'm going to go around, show you what we're currently working on, and kind of a little update there. And then, anyway, enjoy Midnight Maroon.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Go, hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, nah, I don't complain.
So I'm creeping up on that hole. I don't want to go bigger than my beauty ring, but this is this is fun. Isn't this fun? I got a ways to go. I just am scared. You only get one shot at getting this right. I think I drew my line on the insulation side a little conservative, and then I cut inside of that even farther. So I'm erring on the side of fear. Ow! Those are sharp. You don't want to cut your fingers. Jeez, man. Holy Moses! We didn't video much of what took place today, but obviously we're working on the interior of Midnight Maroon. I don't know if that's obvious. Well, see the thumbnail and the title, you'll know it's Midnight Maroon because that's what we're doing. I think I'm going to get it around the gear shift now, but I'm going to have to move the camera to do that. You guys are in the way. You're always in the way. Get this over. That down. Wow, that doesn't look half bad, you know? So before it gets too dark outside, show you a little progress on Midnight Maroon. We've been working on getting all of the hardware out of this door so that we can replace it with a door we already have in there. This door is just beat up beyond, well, we want it to look better than this. Big old dent there and scratch and whatnot. We took the lock out so that we have the same lock for ignition, driver's side door, and the passenger side door. That took some doing. We're debating on whether to use this wing window or the one that came on the other one. This one has less rust on it than that one did. That door was stored kind of in the bed of the truck, if you remember that, when we picked up the truck in episode 1. What's the door? Whose door is that? That's a replacement door for the one that's all jacked up. But Tavish got the carpet kit out of the box and laid it out in the sun to kind of let it relax a little bit on a day that was like mid-80s. And then it was threatening rain, so I told him to just go set it in the truck and just to protect it, but also let it start to mold to the truck as well. And it's done pretty good. It's a little bit poofy in some spots, whatnot. We're still cutting in the gear shift there. We got the beauty ring, so we got to kind of creep up on where that's going to be without getting too wild with it. Want to make sure we get that just right, but it lays clear to the corner. of each. I actually thought that there was going to be enough to come up the backside a little ways, so I had him do the sound deadening, but he went clear up to the window. So that's really going to actually cut down on the noise. He also did the ceiling. This is going to sound so much better than when I drove this truck way back in the day. But that's the project we're currently working on. We have new door panels for both driver and passenger. They're going to be black. Tavish wants to keep the kind of maroonish and not do anything with it other than just kind of polish it up so it looks better. But he wants the jambs painted black. So we're going to paint the jambs black. Of course, this door is going away, but we've already painted these jambs black. So we want to paint the door jambs themselves black as well. But we still have all of our trim pieces that go here. We've got to do something with the ceiling. That'll be in an upcoming episode here real quick like. But it is starting to come together. As long as we're doing updates. Found top dead center. I actually had it wrong the first time around. So I figured out exactly where top dead center is on cylinder number 1. It was correct on my harmonic balancer, so that's a good thing. So something was lining up correctly. I thought that something was off before. So anyway, I got plug wires in place with my correct firing order. I'll put that firing order on the screen so that you can see that as well. But we're getting very close to our first start attempt on this thing. Primed the fuel pump, took this off and forced some gas down in there and let it trickle down inside to kind of prime the pump a little bit, just give it some extra help. And then I used our little ketchup bottle to squirt some down into the barrel, or the bowl I should say, the bowl of the carburetor as well. So what I'm working on now is wiring for the ignition system, spark making machines, things that are in there, and that is for tachometer. I'm gonna run a wire in there so that it's there and we can opt to put a tach in later. This is what went to the top of the coil from before, so there's my 2 wires right there. Red is ignition and green is tachometer, and it's labeled such on the little cap that slips over that. Put a new ground cable in so that I could route it a little prettier down to the engine block. Positive wire, super short, goes right there. I've got a couple of wild running wires that I got to figure out what these are. I'm pretty sure they were running wild before. I've got to check my pictures from before. I wish I had painted that on day 1 before I put it in. That was a mistake. So that thing's shot. I'll probably just mask off and spray that with rust converter. And then maybe just some black spray paint or something just to kind of clean that up a little bit. We got a new washer reservoir. I've got to run new hoses to all of that stuff. We got some other digital stuff up under here. Oh, that actually goes to the washer. That's the power for the washer pump. That's my priming stick for the oil pump. So you stick this down in there and spin it with a drill, and that primes and gets oil to the top of everything. So I'm saving that so that when the time comes we can prime the oil, get oil to all of the new moving parts before we go for a first crank. But that's pretty much the update. We did mount the hood. We put the front wheels on to get it off of the engine, or off the blocks, and then we put it back on the blocks so that we could kind of move the transmission and be able to move the shifter and all that stuff without any too much trouble. So that's why it's on blocks in the back at the moment. Tavish wants to drive this and enjoy it, and I don't blame him. So we're gonna get this thing fired up. Man, that thing looks mean. I like it. Speaking of looking mean, Apache helicopter. Actually, I think that's actually a Blackhawk helicopter, not an Apache. We do have Apaches that are out of that same airport, and they do fly overhead quite often. But anyway, that is the current update on Midnight Maroon. I thought I'd just kind of throw something out there real fast to give you a here's where we're at. We are going to mount the fenders on, and the bumper, the grill, get headlights and turn signals and all that stuff back on the truck so that he can drive this and enjoy it for the summer. And then we'll focus on body work and stuff like that in a future episode. We did buy all new door seals. These are the window seals, and sill felts and all those things. Anyway, that's everything you need to seal up a door and the windows. It's got the gaskets that go around the wings and all the things right there, ready to go. So we're doing kind of all the way with this truck, not to complete show truck, but all the parts that make it so that it's usable and enjoyable on a daily. So he's not going to daily drive it because it's too expensive, but he's going to drive it and enjoy it. We'll take it to different events and whatnot. And then back here in the back, we've got the front end of Wallace the 66. I've got him running. I've got brakes on it. We've done wheel bearings all the way around. I'm in the process of figuring out interior, and we are ready for our first test drive of Wallace the 66. So be sure and subscribe for that. But man, that truck looks good. Even with just half fenders and whatnot. Nice. So that's a quick update on where we're at with Midnight Maroon. Be sure and like, share, subscribe. Appreciate that more than you know. It helps out immensely. Here comes another helicopter. Alright, helicopter's gone. Anyway, just wanted to give you a quick update on where we're at with Midnight Maroon. Appreciate you guys watching more than you know. It means a lot to me. It's taken me a long time to get these projects moving forward. I've spent quite a bit of time working on Wallace the 66 because I'm waiting for Tavish for the first start attempt. So I've kind of had him working on things like the doors and some of those little things that he can do kind of without me, because he has a half hour here, 45 minutes there, that kind of thing, and we're hardly ever available at the same time. So he helped me quite a bit tonight on the interior of this, getting that carpet in, laid just right, marking where we're cutting the holes, all those kind of things. So anyway, we've got our first start of this coming up very soon. I've got my first test drive coming up on Wallace the 66 shortly as well. That thing is this close to being able to move under its own power for the first time in I don't even know how long. So hashtag Wallace the 66. Be sure and check links down below for the playlist and that sort of thing for that guy. Tools, sponsors, all those kind of things will be listed in the description below as well. So check those links as well. Support those who support the channel. Appreciate that. Also, Midnight Maroon, work in progress. We're getting there as fast as we can. Have some more content out for you guys very soon. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, guys.